It is a study in contrasts. The deep, bitter crunch of cocoa meeting the sweet, frozen velvet of vanilla. The rigid structure of a baked wafer holding a substance that wants nothing more than to melt away. It is the vanilla ice cream sandwich. For generations of Americans, this rectangular brick of joy has been the ultimate currency of summer. Whether bought from a neighborhood truck with a jingle or grabbed from a gas station freezer, it is a timeless classic. But the simplicity of the sandwich is a deception. Behind that paper wrapper lies a global odyssey. It is a journey that links the high-tech dairy parlors of the American Midwest to the humid jungles of Madagascar. It involves the complex chemistry of emulsions, the thermodynamics of flash freezing, and a logistical ballet that must keep the product at exactly minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit or risk total ruin. How do you bake a cookie that stays crisp next to frozen milk? How do you harvest the flavor of a rare orchid that blooms for only one day a year? And how do you assemble millions of sandwiches a day without a single one melting? From the udder to the extruder, this is the mega process of the American ice cream sandwich. The soul of the sandwich is the ice cream, and the soul of the ice cream is milk. Our journey begins here on a mega dairy farm. This is not the Red Barn of storybooks. This is a high-tech protein facility housing over 5,000 Holstein cows. The Holstein Friesian, recognizable by her black and white markings, she is the biological engine of the industry. Through decades of selective breeding, these animals have been optimized for one thing: high-volume milk production with a specific balance of butterfat and protein. Twice a day, the herd enters the rotary parlor. It is a carousel of efficiency. As the cows ride the platform, lasers scan their udders to locate the teats. Automated robotic arms, guided by 3D cameras, attach the milking clusters. There are no buckets here. The milk is drawn by a gentle vacuum pulsation that mimics the suckling of a calf. The milk leaves the cow at 101 degrees Fahrenheit, body temperature. This is the danger zone for bacterial growth. Immediately, the liquid rushes through a plate heat exchanger. Cold well water flows on the opposite side of steel plates, stripping the heat from the milk instantly. In seconds, the temperature crashes to 37 degrees. This thermal shock locks in the freshness before the milk even sees a truck. Ice cream requires cream, but raw milk is mostly water. At the separation facility, the milk is spun in massive centrifuges at 5,000 revolutions per minute. Centrifugal force separates the lighter fat globules, the cream, from the heavier skim milk. For premium vanilla ice cream, we need a butterfat content of at least 10 to 14%. This heavy cream is the canvas upon which the ice cream sandwich will be painted. It provides the smooth mouthfeel and the structural density required to stand up to the wafer. While the milk is local, the flavor is exotic. To get true vanilla, we must travel 10,000 miles to the island of Madagascar. Here, in the SAVA region, grows the vanilla planifolia orchid. This is the most labor-intensive agricultural crop on Earth. The vanilla orchid blooms for only 24 hours. In its native Mexico, it is pollinated by the Melipona bee. But here in Madagascar, the bee does not exist. Every single flower must be pollinated by hand. If the farmer misses the window, the flower dies and there is no bean. If successful, a green pod grows over 9 months. But a green bean has no flavor. It must be cured. The harvest involves a brutal ritual known as the killing. The green beans are dipped in hot water to stop their vegetative growth. Then they are sweated in wool blankets for days, baking in the tropical sun by day and sweating in boxes by night. Over months, enzymatic reactions convert the glucovanillin in the pod into vanillin, the compound we know and love. The beans turn black, oily, and leathery. They are then bundled, shipped to extraction facilities in the U.S., and macerated in alcohol to create the twofold vanilla extract used by premium creameries. A sandwich needs bread, in this case, a chocolate wafer. The foundation of the wafer is soft red winter wheat. Unlike the hard wheat used for chewy bread, soft wheat has a lower protein content. This creates a tender, crisp structure that snaps rather than bends. The wheat flour is blended with cocoa powder. For the iconic ice cream sandwich, the cocoa is often Dutch processed, treated with an alkalizing agent to neutralize acids. This turns the powder a deep, almost black color and creates that distinct, slightly bitter flavor profile that cuts through the sweetness of the ice cream. Cream from the dairy, vanilla from the tropics, flour from the plains, cocoa from the equator, sugar from the cane fields, all these supply chains converge at the mega creamery. This facility operates 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It is a fortress of temperature control. The ingredients have arrived. Now the alchemy begins. We enter the mix room. This is the heart of the operation. Here, the raw ingredients are combined in 5,000-gallon batch tanks. Computers dictate the recipe with gram-perfect precision. Cream, condensed skim milk, liquid sugar, and stabilizers like guar gum are blended. The stabilizers are crucial. They prevent large ice crystals from forming, ensuring the ice cream remains smooth even after temperature fluctuations in your home freezer. The mix is now a sweet, biological soup. It must be pasteurized. The liquid enters a high-temperature, short-time pasteurizer. It flows between steel plates heated by hot water, reaching exactly 175 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 seconds. This kills any pathogens like Salmonella or Listeria without cooking the flavor out of the milk. Immediately after, the mix hits the homogenizer. Here, the liquid is forced through a microscopic valve at 2,500 pounds of pressure. This sheer force smashes the milk fat globules, reducing them to a fraction of their original size. This ensures the fat stays suspended in the liquid, creating a uniform, velvety texture. The mix is then cooled to 38 degrees and pumped into aging tanks. It sits here for at least 4 hours. This aging allows the milk proteins to hydrate and the fat to crystallize slightly. It is the calm before the freeze. While the mix ages, the wafers are born. In the bakery wing, flour, sugar, dark cocoa, and caramel color are mixed into a batter, not a dough. It is fluid and pourable. The batter is pumped onto the band of a massive tunnel oven. Gas jets heat the chamber to 400 degrees. The wafer bakes rapidly in less than 3 minutes. Notice the tiny holes pricked into the surface. This is docking. It allows steam to escape during baking so the wafer stays flat and doesn't puff up like a pita bread. The sheets emerge soft but harden as they cool. They are cut into the exact rectangular dimensions of the sandwich. Crucially, these wafers are formulated to be low moisture. They are designed to absorb a specific amount of moisture from the ice cream later, turning from a crisp cookie into the soft, cake-like texture we recognize without turning into mush. The aged mix is ready for the freeze. It enters the continuous freezer, a jacketed barrel cooled by liquid ammonia to -40 degrees. Inside the barrel, a bladed auger called a dasher spins at high speed. It scrapes the frozen mix off the cold walls thousands of times a minute. Simultaneously, sterile air is injected into the barrel. This addition of air is called overrun. For a sandwich, the overrun is typically around 100%, meaning the ice cream is half air, half solid. This air provides insulation and softness. Without it, you would be biting into a solid block of frozen milk ice. The mixture exits the freezer at 22 degrees Fahrenheit, the consistency of soft serve. Now the convergence. The soft ice cream is pumped to the extruder head. The 2 lanes of wafers race toward the center. The bottom wafer lays flat. The extruder nozzle, shaped exactly like the rectangle of the sandwich, pumps a continuous ribbon of vanilla ice cream directly onto the bottom wafer. Instantly, the top wafer is dropped into place. The sandwich is now a long, continuous log, wafer ice cream wafer. Mechanical indexers move the log forward. A wire cutter or a guillotine blade slices through the ice cream ribbon, separating the individual sandwiches. This machine can produce 150 sandwiches every minute. At this stage, the sandwich is fragile. If you picked it up, you would crush it. It needs to be hardened. The conveyor carries the sandwiches into the spiral hardening tunnel. This is the coldest place in the factory. The temperature is -40 degrees Fahrenheit with high-velocity wind chill. The sandwiches spiral up and down for 45 minutes. This rapid deep freeze locks the water molecules into microscopic crystals. Small crystals mean a creamy texture. Large crystals mean a gritty texture. Speed is the enemy of grit. Emerging from the tunnel, the sandwiches are solid bricks. They rush into the flow wrapper. A film of paper or foil wraps around them, and heat-sealing jaws crimp the ends and the back seam. Quality control is ruthless. The wrapped sandwiches pass over a checkweigher. If a sandwich is missing even a fraction of an ounce of ice cream, a jet of air blasts it into the reject bin. Then, the metal detector, a magnetic sentinel ensuring no machinery parts have contaminated the food. Robotic arms using suction cups grab the sandwiches and place them into cartons. The cartons are cased, palletized, and shrink-wrapped. The pallets are moved to the cold storage warehouse, but they aren't shipped yet. They must wait for the quality assurance lab to clear the microbiological tests, a hold that can last 48 hours. Once cleared, the cold chain continues. The reefer trucks are pre-cooled to -20 degrees before loading. If the temperature fluctuates during transport, the ice cream will melt and refreeze, ruining the texture. It is a frozen relay race to the grocery store. It is a marvel of coordination. From the photosynthetic magic of the vanilla orchid to the sub-zero physics of the hardening tunnel, the ice cream sandwich is a triumph of food engineering. It brings together the dairy farmer, the spice grower, and the industrial engineer to create a simple, affordable luxury. A treat that freezes time, evoking memories of summer with every bite. Inside the creamery, the perfect sandwich is crafted, one layer at a time.